Alright, what is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And, let's go ahead and just run through some grand parties. So I was actually around on my computer at the time when news time hit. GP is currently live, so we're going to go ahead and run it today. We're going to try Nushjura as our leader. So let's see how things go, because you have a look that if you run Blackbeard, World Government, or a mythical Zoan type leader, then you get buffs to Int Quick, as well as Powerhouse and Shooter, which is okay, and then you also get just some additional buffs there, which is fine. So, as well as the fact that you get the reduced burst requirement and an additional burst along the way. So let's go ahead and see how it goes. This is the squad that we have. So I do have a full 5 Elder team. We're going to test it out in Grand Party, and I don't think it's going to be great this season, just the full mono team, because like a lot of these characters aren't fully boosted. Like Powerhouse does receive some buffs, but like the fact that Driven aren't getting like fully buffed is a little bit annoying. It is what it is. Because Nushjura, he boosts side units, he boosts slasher units. You can also run a Driven focus team. So this is what we're going with here. All the characters on the team receive some type of buff in a way. So I feel like this should be a pretty solid team. So let's go ahead and run it and see if we can find any good opponents to use this team against in this video today. Alright, let's go ahead and see how we go against this opponent here, using Dex Kaido as their leader. So they got the Strength team coming up first, could be very, very annoying to go against, then a Side team, then a Dex team. So let's see how we go with our Side team versus the Strength team. Considering Strength has a lot of Powerhouse or Driven focused characters, having Law on the team to debuff them could be kind of nice. Plus we do have the buffs from Nushjura here. We'll see how things go. For those of you who don't remember how Nushjura actually kind of works, in order for him to get his abilities to fully activate, and I actually just realized my Nushjura's Grand Party skills aren't completely maxed out, so this is going to be a little bit detrimental to us, but for his skill to launch, we have to knock out enemies. Normally, you have to kill 5 enemies for his burst to work, but because of the reduction, because he is a world government leader, means that he only needs to knock out 3 characters to use the burst skill. I do think that the enemy Kaido's burst skill also has an increase in the amount of uses and also reductions to actually achieve the skill. So that's really scary to look at here. We do see that the waifus are ready, so that will give an opportunity for them to confuse us, so we hopefully can dodge some of that. We do dodge the confusion, which is actually kind of massive. Hopefully we don't get hasted too badly here. Okay, this is looking pretty good. We're actually got really, really lucky for the characters that got hasted. Luffy is ready to go though, and he's going to do a ton of damage to us. Alright, let's see how things go here. I mean, that's not like a ton of damage, man. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Okay, Garp is down, so he will launch his special, which is good. That's really nice. God damn, dude. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Luffy is still alive, but he has to fully charge his special again. He does have his burst skill, and that could be really threatening. I would like to save burst skills, but I guess we'll see what happens. He does use his burst skill. Okay, we may have to use ours depending on what happens here. Okay, we survive it, which is good. Luffy's Orosanji with those revives is kind of clutch, actually. Beautiful. Okay, so 7v1. We're not going to use it. Okay, double burst skill. Go for it, man. We shouldn't have to use it. I mean, we should be pretty good here. Wait, who's the last character? I mean, it's Sanji. We should be fine, right? Okay, yeah, we're good. Come on, just knock him out already. Just knock him out. Okay, thank you. God damn. Getting a little sketchy towards the end there, but this is good. Looking really good for us, despite the fact that I don't have my GP abilities fully maxed out. Obviously, a huge L. Let's move on. Let's use our 5 Elder team against the opposing Side team here. I don't think we can realistically lose this one. I think we're looking pretty good. I think my plan here is to activate my burst skill right before the enemy is about to launch some specials. I am concerned about the 3-sword style Nami due to the fact that obviously you can reverse specials, which is really, really frustrating to go against. Shanks can provide some defense. The opposing Nushjura obviously is a huge issue for us. So I think I will use my... But I do have to be careful though, because once I use my burst skill, the enemy will get to use their burst skill again. So that could be kind of concerning. So NL has his special. Nami doesn't get the chance to use their special yet. Using it right now before... Shanks might not get his special here, but we're just going to use it anyway. Let's see what happens. So again, this is not max. This is only like a level 2 special. We do still get a couple knockouts there, which is good. Let's see how much we tank here. forcing out those two is kind of annoying. That's not too bad though, because the other guys are our main damage dealers. So as long as those guys can stay up, Nami is still ready to go. We could special bind them actually with Saturn, which would be really good. No special bind, unfortunately. The opposing Nushiro doesn't quite launch, which is good for us. We should be able to tank this. What? Oh my god, Peter got knocked out. Okay, at least we get Nushiro. Good. Fantastic damage, and then we get our burst skill ready to go. So yeah, we are definitely winning this one. It was a little dicey. Hopefully it's not this dicey as we get deeper into this event here, but we should be okay. Let's just go ahead and use our burst skill and get the dub. Yeah, a little dicey for sure. We are definitely going to go ahead and max this guy out before we move on to our next battle. That is for damn sure. God damn, dude. Health cut, fixed damage, and then damage, like damage. Dude, like Nushiro just does so much damage. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Okay, so we did get a successful win, thankfully. Let's go ahead now and actually switch things up and make sure that we have everything maxed out before our next battle. Alright, so we got our second opponent here, and they're going to be using Kizaru. Now, I did actually check. Kizaru is not a world government leader. Despite the fact he is a Navy Admiral, he is not classified as a world government character, so he doesn't actually provide those additional buffs in this season. Doesn't really matter though, because Borsalino is obviously a really threatening character because his burst skill is actually very, very good. Whenever there's an opportunity for like Borsalino to be one of those main boosted characters in a grand party, he is going to be a relevant leader. He just provides decent damage across the board and provides a lot of debuffs. So see, there's Dex team, then there is a quick focus team, and then an int focus team here. So I think my plan is I'm just going to go with the 5 elders to start off with because they're relatively tanky. I feel like we should be pretty good against the opponent there. Then we have our slashers with a burst skill of Nushiro should be able to cover. So that's going to be the goal here. Concerning thing is though, is if we get to like battle 2 and the opponent uses their burst skill on us, I guess it wouldn't be that bad because if the burst skill occurs at the start of a match, we can still charge our specials. That's not really a big problem. So I guess we should be okay. So let's see how we perform here against this Dex focus team. So we're not really going to be doing much until we launch, I mean, realistically, probably Nushiro special. Even like Valkyrie to a certain extent can actually do pretty good damage with his damage through defense. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's better than nothing. It's pretty good. So let's see what happens here. Also stacking debuffs with Jupiter will obviously be massive for us. So world government characters get charged, which of course is that ace. It is surprising the evolution of Dex teams, to be honest. They're actually quite good as they stand right now. Do we get some good action binds? We do. We lock out the ace, which is actually really good for us. And we get the Mars launching right before. Yeah, this is good. This is looking real good for us. Okay. And then we're going to get the Valkyrie special, of course, providing some damage through defense, giving us some defensive capabilities here. Okay, who are you going to target with your special, though? You're going to target Mars, that's whatever. We eat that up. Easy. And then hopefully get some special bind from Saturn. That'd be pretty sick, actually, though. And then we have Nushiro coming straight after that. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Boom, there we go. And then Nushiro should probably sweep here. Yeah, you love to see it, man. Who's left? Okay, just Sabo, just knock. Oh no, he came off. Okay, I was gonna say the force out would have been really clutch if we could have had it for a little longer, but it doesn't really matter. We're looking pretty good right now. I mean, we don't have any specials, so his Lucci will launch. Unless if we kill him before then, actually. We're just waiting for things to occur here. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's dead. There we go. Alright, pretty sweet victory there. We were not in really any threat at all. Another positive thing, he doesn't really have his burst skill ready to go either, so we're looking really good right now. So we have our Nushiro effects ready to go. So my plan is I will launch Nushiro right before I activate a bunch of specials. Now, still, a relatively concerning team to go up against because things can just not go your way and you can lose. With the special reverse mechanics of characters like Cross-Guild and Smoothie, definitely really annoying. A lot of people sleep on that Zora, by the way, the 6+ Zora. He can actually do a ton of damage through defense. He's a really, really scary character. Luffy, of course, can obviously be scary too. So let's see who gets a chance to launch their specials first. Zora Sanji just missed, which would have been clutch. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Oof, okay. Don't reverse Shanks, please. Nice. Okay, that's actually really good for us. Okay, this is actually pretty good. We're gonna get some defense, so that's... Okay, we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna use the skill now. Let's see if we can get some good damage here. Oh my god, dude, are you joking? Okay, that's unfortunate that Rogerelli Gaban are only using their super skill against a single target. They're still knocked out though, which is good. Okay. Yeah, we just auto-win. Dude, that burst skill is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Alright. I mean, we still got, like, S-Hawk as well. Okay. Bye. Yeah, that's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. Okay. So there we go. Second victory in the books. We just need one more to finish off the day. Let's go. Okay, so I think this is what our next target is going to be against. I do feel like we're probably going to lose this one. Shooters are just so buffed this season. I'm really concerned about this one. Luffy's got a really good GP burst skill. All three of these teams are threatening in their own way. So I really don't know the best way to tackle this. I think we'll probably just go with using the side team at the end just to provide, like, with Wano, Lord debuffing Driven and Powerhouse. And then we've got the shooter team. The shooter team is scary, dude. I think we're just going to run it as it is. We'll use the 5 elders against the side team. We'll use the slashes against shooters because shooters are going to be ultra fast. My ideology is if we can get the Nushiro burst, using that against the shooters as soon as we get to that point, I think that's going to be huge for us. Yeah, I'm concerned, man, though, because all three of these teams that this guy has, yeah, they're pretty scary. So it's kind of interesting because, like, when you look at this team at face value, you wouldn't think that this team would actually work that well, but it actually does, because, like, Kizaru providing the CT for Sakazuki and Garp. Sakazuki does a ton of damage. Garp does a ton of damage, and then the other side of the team having synergy between the Luffy and the Nami. You got Frankie and Jinbei on the bench as well. Yeah, but it's a solid team, man. It's good. I'm hoping that the 5 elders are just tanky enough to just tank it all, and then they can just hit back more than they can receive. Luffy's burst skill, though, being able to get ready so quickly is so annoying, dude, because his burst skill is pretty good. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Oh my god, Nushiro just surviving there. Garp is ready to go. Okay, Nushiro is dead. Damn, that blows. Because Nushiro is literally right there. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Okay, we really need to... Okay, we knocked out the Nami before that actually triggered. The reverse. Oh, and the action. That's so good. Okay. St. Peter coming in clutch. Alpha. Okay, Alpha can give some additional special CT for our crew, which could be kind of good. Burst skill coming in now is interesting. Oh my god, that's so much damage, dude. Okay, Mars. And we really need Saturn to launch. We need some good special bind hits here. I don't even know if any of these guys resist it. The Luffy, Zora, and Sanji is the one that I'm super concerned about, because they are ready to go. Peter is back, which gives us some good buffs, which obviously is good. We need Walkery. Walkery is gonna... Oh, is he gonna go first? Oh, he is a little faster. Let's see. Good damage. Garp is ready to go, though. Oh, this is so scary, dude. This is close. Okay, this is bad. Oh my god, he's still got another revive? That's disgusting. Oh, hang on. Peter's ready to go, though. Oh, no! Are you joking? Oh my god. I have to use it. That is disgusting. And he's got his burst ready to go again. Oh my god. Dude, I really hate these GP leaders that launch their specials when they take damage, because defensively they're so annoying to go against. They're so frustrating, dude. Okay, I want to just double check exactly what the burst does, just to know what I'm getting myself into here. And he forces out free spirit characters. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So he's going to do a ton of damage to us at the start. We do not have a burst skill. I am considering putting the slashes on the last one. Is that a good idea? I think that's what we're going to try. I have more faith in my slasher team being able to provide more against the int team than I do for it to do well against the shooters. I feel like the shooter team is going to be an L. If we can still like potentially get the burst skill somewhat ready, that would be amazing. But due to the fact that this team is so well built, I am feeling like this is probably going to be a clean sweep for my opponent here. And I just realized we have free spirit characters, and I instantly regret my decision there. I'm just gonna skip. We didn't even get anything ready to go. Now, okay, one positive of this, right, is we're gonna enter this final battle where my opponent doesn't have a burst skill. If we can just get a few knockouts here, at least get a little ahead at some point, we will win, because our burst skill will cover discrepancies in this battle. The issue is getting to that point. So obviously a lot of concerning things that I see here. Damage is going to be a problem to deal with in terms of us tanking their hits. We do have quite a lot of free spirit characters, which their int Luffy can force out. This is just a bad matchup, to be honest. They have the waifus for confusion. They have the Blackbeard for the dot damage. Blackbeard has a lot of special CT, man. That's kind of gross. We really need Shanks. Shanks is going to get reversed, though. He didn't get reversed. Luffy's ready to go already. That's so gross, dude. Oh my god, dude. This is so gross. Oh, hang on. Wait, Zoro and Sanji just jumped ahead for no reason. Okay, hang on. Hang on. This could be good. This is literally perfect right here. Okay. S-Hawk. Oh my god, you're joking me, dude. Oh, we're one knockout away. If we could just somehow get one more knockout. But we're not, because my opponent has two skills ready to go. Yeah, we're donezo. There's no way we can get one more knockout. Even that S-Hawk at the back, he literally has no HP. Oh my god, it's so close. And then Luffy will just kill everyone. Yeah, that's kind of gross. We almost had it. That was so close, dude. That was a really bad matchup, to be honest. Again, like the int Luffy and Dex Kaido, I absolutely despise going against them. I mean, that was my fault, to be honest. I really shouldn't have used the Free Spirit team against that second squad, but look, it is what it is. We'll run it back. We'll get our third victory. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. So this is going to be against a quick Luffy team. So they've got a pretty solid looking, like driven, powerhouse-ish, quick-ish looking team. Then they've got Dex and then Strength. So we'll see how we go with 5 Elders versus that quick, powerhouse, driven-ish looking team. I don't even know how to describe that team anymore, because it really just uses combinations of like everything. Combinations of quick, driven, and powerhouse. Like it is just literally like a random mishmash combo of units that just somehow work together. Peak is a really annoying character, though, just providing a ton of debuffs for us, which is annoying. Luffy's burst skill is obviously annoying, but it's not as crazy as a burst skill as some of the other Gear 5 Luffys that have come out over the years, to be honest. Like, it's good, no doubt, but it's just not as crazy as like some of the other ones. And like, I'm not the biggest fan of Quick Luffy in Rumble. He is a solid unit overall, but you really need the good units to surround him. He's not going to be the reason why like your team succeeds, to be honest. He's just a solid unit. We're getting pretty unlucky here, to be honest, with how things are going. I mean, damage to defense is quite good. Yeah, this is a little concerning. I don't think he had his full abilities for that Boa Hancock special. Interesting. Say, can we somehow get Nushjuro to launch a special? I mean, maybe. It looks like he will. He has half attack, which is like obviously annoying, but okay. And then we get the Mars special. Get some CT back. Nustro, even though with the half attack, he should still do pretty good damage. I mean, yeah, not bad, not bad. We still need to get a couple knockouts. He does have his burst skill, which at this point in time could be annoying. I mean, look, Nustro is going to die anyway, so it is what it is. Okay, we knocked out the cross-skilled and the bow. Okay, this is actually really good, to be honest. This is really good setup. So they both resist action bind, but we forced out the S-Hawk, so we don't have to worry about that, at least for the short term. And now, if we could just deal with this front line somehow, S-Hawk will come back. Okay, that's fine. Blackbeard, okay, that's fine. Kind of okay with that. S-Hawk is back. He's only got half special. He has to charge that fully. Shiryu does nothing for him. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty okay. The burst skill of Luffy would obviously be a bit annoying right now, but I think it's okay as it stands. I mean, yeah, there's just nothing he can do. We'll just go ahead and skip real quick. He did use his burst skill. Wow, that's actually clutch for us. Yeah, okay, we're just going to win this one pretty comfortably, I think. Alright, so we're going to go up against the Dex team coming up here. So we're going to use our Slasher team against it. Slashers typically have had good success against Dex-focused teams. I didn't actually have a good look at the Dex team. It doesn't use Jupiter, but it does use, you know, Kaido, Ace, you know, the typical characters, so this is fine. I want to actually just go ahead and use the burst skill immediately, just to kind of see what kind of damage we can get from jump. Let's just kind of see it. Getting the health cut immediately is obviously huge. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. Getting rid of Kaido, not having to worry about Kaido is really cool. If we can get rid of Ace, we will 100% win, no doubts. I mean, I feel like we're already at a really good advantage here. There's not really much my opponent can do. And then as long as Shanks launches with some extra defense, that's going to be really good for us. And there it is. And then Sanji and Zoro are going to go, which is going to haste everyone. Yeah, we're looking real good. This is going to be a very, very sweet victory. Okay, we're going to eat this up. No problems. Yep, no problems. We get the haste, we get the attack and defense. And we win. He's going to use his burst skill though. We have our burst skill, so we'll wait until the bench comes on, and then we'll just go ahead and launch that real quick. Yeah, that's fine. Use our burst skill, and that should just sweep it right there. Nice. All right, so sweet. So we got it all done. So I don't know if I'm going to continuously approach this one moving forward, this team. We'll see how things go, but obviously I want to try and avoid Dex Kaido. I want to avoid Int Luffy. Those two in particular, I just do not like facing. They're just so frustrating to go against. But hey, if you're able to get that burst skill, like for Nustro, just almost immediately wins most games. I feel like it's just so OP. I mean, using it at the start of the game to instantly knock out Kaido, you just don't have to worry about it anymore, is a huge, huge asset. I do see we have a red ticket. Let's go ahead and launch that red ticket real quick. Let's see what we get. I'm still looking for the Dex Garp that came out a little earlier this year, and also looking for Figureland Garling. If we could land one of those two, that'd be clutch. It is just a random red though, so chances of that are almost zero, but hey. Okay, Luffy lore doesn't have a 6+ yet. Could be kind of interesting. One other thing I want to do right before we end this video, make sure to do this, by the way. If you go to your grand party, after you finish your matches for the day, what I would advise is to go over to your team composition and change your GP leader to make it easier for other people to go ahead and win. One thing I would also advise is typically put it on, well, at least for the first half of grand party, I would put it on one of your lower characters. So like, for example, I'd probably put it on Rebecca Toy Soldier here, because the bottom teams are the ones that get hidden first. So I typically do that to kind of signify, hey, the bottom team is going to be a Psy-focused team, so go ahead and do that. But of course, when you get to like the final day where all of them are hidden, I would change my leader to be like the character at the top, to be honest, just so that my opponents have a fair idea as to what's coming, right? But anyways, that is going to wrap it up for me for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, even with a little fail in there, but hopefully you did. And if you did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.